Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be starting off doing neurographic art with Fengshui, and we're starting off with the north sector of the home. Okay, so the north sector represents the middle sun, the heaven, the spiritual, and luck. Okay, so we're not going to mess with the middle sun at this point. In fact, I'm going to go through with personal feng shui first before I start doing anything for other people. So we're going to start off with personal feng shui, which means for north, it's going to be heaven, spiritual, and luck. Okay, so heaven, spiritual, and luck. So the reason why I'm writing this down is so that I will remember what to write. What is it I should be writing about here in this notebook? So in this part of the video, you are going to need a notebook and a pen or pencil or some form of writing instrument. Okay? And you are going to write down, or we are going to write down things that we can be thankful for in regards to heaven, spiritual, and luck, which means your religion or anything that's not foreseen, like being thankful for the moon and the sun and things like that. Okay, and thankful for the weather, etc. Okay, so that is what we're going to be writing down, and how long it's going to take. So for me, because we are going to be doing some mandala, right, drawing after this. So we're going to be doing a personal mandala that has to do with the north sector of the home, that has to deal with heaven, spiritual, and luck. So it could be your religion or whatever I just mentioned earlier. Okay, and I am giving myself 1 minute to write all this down. Okay, so have a timer sitting at your side. It can be 1 minute or slightly longer, 2 minutes at the most, because your mandala drawing is going to be small, so you don't really have a lot of space. Okay, so unless you want to use a larger piece of paper, which I will not be, like if you're using a A3 size or A2 size, really big pieces of paper. A3 size is double the size of an A4 size. So I'm thinking if you're living in the States, in the US, a B4 size would be probably half the size of a B3 size, etc. Okay, so it's like B3 is double the size of a B4, like A4 is like A3 is double the size of an A4, and B2 double the size of B3, as in A2 double the size of an A3 size. Okay, and these papers are huge. Okay, they're bigger. So I would say most drawing blocks are in the size of an A3 size, and your typing paper and your printer cartridge paper are usually in the A4 or B4 size. Okay, and most drawing papers are either A3 or B3. There are bigger ones, you can get them, but I'm not going that big because I don't think my camera can zoom out that far taking, and even if it can, the drawings are going to look so small, and the writing's going to look so small that you can barely see it, so it's not really practical. So it's better for me to use it in the A4 size. So in any case, sorry for the segue. So we're gonna write down things that we can be grateful for in relation to heaven, spirit, and luck. Okay? Because we're doing a mandala for the north. And I'm going to do it for 1 minute, and I have the timer here. Okay, this is one of my old cell phone. Okay, here we go. Okay, I didn't get to write a lot, but in the process of drawing, I probably can add in a couple more if I can think of any, but this is about as much as I can think of in the given amount of time, 1 minute, which isn't very long, which is probably good enough. I can add a couple more in later when I'm drawing. So, in any case, this is what I have, and this is going to be it for now. So I have a list of 5. You can have more. So if you use 2 minutes, you probably will have more, maybe quite a few more than what I have. But that's fine. But remember, I'm drawing on a piece of A4 size paper. Okay, which is this size. Okay, look at my hand. This size. You get a clean sheet of paper. Yeah. Look at this, a pre-drawn one from previous video. It's this size. Okay, so an A3 size would be double. So it'll fill up beyond the size of this screen here. A4 size is up to here. All right. Okay, so now we can begin drawing. So for this part, the drawing part, we are going to need a ruler, a long one, a fine marker, maybe a pencil, a mechanical one, or a wooden one. That's up to you. Okay. Eraser, and maybe probably a compass. All right. And then you are going to need what you just wrote earlier. Okay, so to start, we are going to find the center of the paper by doing this. Okay, draw like 2 crisscrossing lines from corner to corner of the piece of paper, and then we're going to find the center of this piece of paper. Okay, so where the lines cross is the center of the piece of paper. And then we're going to erase the rest. And use an electric eraser if you want, because I think electric eraser actually erases much better than the normal eraser. Okay, so for this drawing, you need to draw two circles. Okay, a big one, and a smaller one. And you don't want to draw it right up to the edge, or at least I'm not going to. Okay, so you want to get a guideline, a circle. It's a general guide, the big one, and a smaller one, like something like that. Okay, you can draw it slightly bigger, that's fine, but I think this is enough. Okay, so, all right. So before I start anything, I'm going to explain something first. For this mandala is a neurographic mandala, not the usual mandala that it's not the usual mandala that you see from other places on the internet. If you type in mandala, you see all these really nice circular mandala, especially the Buddhist mandala, because I think the Tibetan Buddhist mandalas are probably one of the prettiest mandalas that I've ever seen. So beyond that, there's also mandala colorings and all that. Put that all aside. It doesn't look like that. Okay? The neurographic mandalas is a nest of circles. What am I talking about? I'll show you an example. Okay? So the neurographic mandala is a nest of circles. So it's not drawn as a series of concentric circles going out. Okay? As you will see in a minute. So you found the circle, you found the center of the page. So what I need you to do is draw a circle, a small one, okay, that would leave you space for drawing more circles around that smaller circle. Okay, and that circle is going to represent you. So you do this, you practice drawing circular stuff till you feel ready. You go, what you do is you do circular motions like this, okay, until you feel ready to draw the circle, then you put your pen down. Okay, so granted this is a small circle, it's easier. So you go like this, and then remember to breathe. Okay, so if you warm up enough, it'll look really like a circle. But in any case, it's a small circle, so it's pretty easy. That circle represents you. Now, remember this list that we did? Okay, this is where you can add a few more if you want. If you think that, you know, 5 is not enough. In this case, I have 5, and I don't think that is enough, but I can't think of anything else. See, protection, safety, blessings, yes. Okay, so yes, I do feel blessed on some occasions. more than once. So I am thankful for that. So 6. So we're gonna draw 6 circles around me. Remember, this is me. But don't write your name here because there's a surprise coming out. Surprise, not a prize, but a surprise coming out. Okay, so draw 6 circles. So draw a circle that represents protection. Okay, you want the circles around you. They can cross each other like this. Like, okay, let's say guidance, and let your intuition guide you on where to put this. So protection, I'll just put P here. Okay. So safety. So where should you go? I think I want it here. Okay. And I can draw it like this. Let your intuition guide you and how you should be drawing the circle. Okay. So safety, guidance, okay, wisdom. You can determine the size of the circle. Yeah, you can draw it like that too. Wisdom, guardian, guarding me, I short formed it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. If you don't feel like writing the whole thing down, you can short form it, okay? Like what I've done here, or even design symbols. Like maybe you want guardian to be a shield with a G, like that. Okay, and if maybe say guidance, you want it to look like a book with a G. Okay, you can do it that way too. And wisdom, maybe you want it like W. Just some examples. All right. So, and the last one I have is blessings. So I want blessings to be somewhere here. Okay. So this is how it's going to look like, the inside of the circle. So, and then of course you need to do your rounding. Oh yeah. You need to do your roundings. All right. So now we have an outer circle here around. So you want to draw all this circle within this circle that you've drawn. So you want to use a neurographic line to trace this outline of the circle that you have drawn earlier. Okay, something like that. And then now you want to draw from the center of the page. You draw your graphic line out, connecting each of this circle to this outer circle. Okay. And then, yes, you have to do your roundings. Now, you can do roundings in any manner you see fit. I'm doing it like this here because from the inside out is because I am giving a chance for the ink to dry first, because I know this Uniball Signal pen ink takes a while, like a few seconds to dry. So I don't want to smudge it. So that's why I'm going inside out. Or if you want, you can draw everything first and then round it after that. Okay? Where you might feel overwhelmed. Right. Now, so I have a bigger circle here. So beyond this circle that we have drawn, I would like you to think about what is it that you want in life related to heaven, spiritual, and luck. What do you want in relation to this? That's your topic for today. Okay, so what do you want in relation to this? So let's say I want more blessings. Again, use your intuitive feel to find out where your circle should be. More blessings. And it's okay if your circle protrudes out a little bit. That's fine. Like I'll show you later. What else do I want? More guidance and signs. So I'm gonna do something like this. Okay. More guidance and signs. Okay, I want more luck. Remember, it's about luck too. You want prosperity. Prosperous luck. What else can I think of? Joy. Okay. And maybe some clear direction. Clear directions in life, that is. Maybe enlightened. Okay. Now, next step. Again, you draw a line around the circle that you've drawn. Neurographic line. Okay. You can go with another round if you want to, or 3 rounds if you feel like it. Okay, and you need to round this or color some of it in so it doesn't look so spiky. Okay, again, it doesn't need to be 100% because we're not doing algorithm for removing inner limitations here. Okay, so the next step is draw lines extending out to this outer circle from the center. Neurographic lines. Okay, crossing all these circles that you've just drawn. Then you have to do your roundings. Remember to breathe when you're doing this. Remember to take deep breaths as you are doing this exercise. Okay, so it's completely rounded now, I think. Okay, so what's the next part? We draw resources and connect to that. Remember I said that the neurographic mandala is a little bit different than the normal mandalas, the regular mandalas that you see everywhere else. Okay, so you draw resources to connect to. So you can draw either big resources or small resources. So I'm going to have it big. So I'm going to say this. I usually have this with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Okay. So in case you're wondering what this is the sign I came up with for Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and all unseen beings watching over me. Okay. And then I'm going to draw one for the universe. I have one for universal wealth energy. So I have a sign for it. Okay. What else? I'm going to have a few unknowns around here. Okay, this is an unknown. This to be an unknown too. Unknown resources. For some reason, I feel like I want a small one here. Another one here. I don't know why. I don't question my intuition that much these days. Alright, that feels complete to me. Alright, so now I'm going to activate my resources by going through it with neurographic lines few times. Okay. You can use a different color than your primary color if you want. But I think for my case here, I'm using the same color. And remember to breathe deeply when you're doing this. Alright, now we're at the last second step for the drawing part. Okay, we have one more part is the field lines, but we can't do it now until after coloring. So we need to draw lines to connect to the resources. Alright? You can have more than one line connecting to the resources. Even double over, triple over, like for example. Okay. For this one, I want to do this. Okay. So, and then we need to do our rounding. Yes, you're gonna have a lot to round, which is why earlier I told you I advise rounding as you go, so you won't be overwhelmed. Again, like I said, it doesn't have to be 100% rounded. In any case, remember to breathe deeply when you're doing all these. All right, I think this is good enough, so we can start coloring. So I will be back with how to color this. Remember, we're doing feng shui in the north direction, so we have to stick to the colors that are either supportive of the north direction, which is water, or the colors of the north direction itself, the water colors itself. Not water coloring colors, but water elemental colors. All right? So before I start coloring, I wanted to remind everybody that we're doing the north sector, which is the water element. So we're going to use only water element and any element that supports water. So in this case would be metallic colors and water-based colors. I mean water elemental colors and metallic elemental colors. All right? So I'm going to stick with 4 colors. Okay, you can have one more color if you want, but I picked out 4 colors and I'm just only gonna stick with these 4 colors. Okay. Oh yes, before I start coloring, I wanted to say that there are two ways you can color this mandala. So one way is to color all the shapes. Okay. Then the other way is to color the flow. So like pick like a flow somewhere and color it, which is what I'm going to be doing. Is I'm going to be coloring the flow. Okay, so I'm done with the coloring for now. I used more than 4 colors. I had to pull in a darker blue because I realized that there wasn't enough colors to cover all of it and still have contrast. So I used 5 colors instead of 4. So otherwise, the next step is going to be field lines. So for field lines, I'm going to be using a thick black marker. And then I'm going to follow some of the lines that I have drawn. Now, I realize that I don't have a lot of neural lines on this picture. You can add more if you want, like 2 times more, but in the interest of time, I only do this little. So when you're doing it on your own, if you feel that you want more neural lines, please go right ahead. Yeah. So for this one, I want to connect a little bit. So there we have it. I'm done. I hope you like this first lesson into the north sector of the Fengshui and Neurographica. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you again in the next video.